Matt, Halo Infinite, it's the beta they're calling it, but it's basically the multiplayer, the full multiplayer, is out now thanks to a shadow drop because of Microsoft's 20th anniversary.
Yeah, and Halo's 20th anniversary, right? So that was a nice little surprise. Well, half surprise, right?
Yeah, it's not Xbox's, is it? I guess it would be, yeah. Of course, yeah, it was a launch title, wasn't it? Bloody hell. But yeah, so we decided to boot up and have a look, play some custom games on our own and just see how it looks across the 4 consoles. And first things first, right, there's 4 versions. Xbox One S, One X, Series S, Series X. The One X has a performance and a quality mode. The One S doesn't, obviously. Okay. But I didn't want to compare the One X quality mode because you should never be playing Halo in 30 FPS if you've got a chance to play it in 60.
No, that's fair.
So we've just got the 60s. And throughout the video, all we're using is the performance because, honestly, don't use quality mode.
Yeah, Series S holding up really good at 60 though.
Yeah, it does drop the odd frame. No, sorry, the One X does drop the odd frame in performance mode. But these two, solid as a rock.
Nice,
super solid. Doesn't drop a frame. So yeah, if you got a Series S, like you're going to be laughing, mate, because it makes such a difference in games like this.
Yeah, it really does.
Obviously,
fast-paced first-person shooters, you want that 60. You want the response time to be spot on, don't you? And that's what we're getting for most of these.
Yeah, and also we've got 9 shots, 9 different maps. We'll start the One S. The One S doesn't look too bad, but it is 30. And then we've got the Series S, and Series S looks pretty decent. Decent. Obviously, the One X looks super sharp, and in 60, it's a very good version, the One X version. But the Series X version, there's no jaggies or anything. It's super crisp. The visuals across the board on the Series X are fantastic for a multiplayer game. I should caveat.
Yeah, that's the difference, isn't it? This is not the campaign mode. It's the multiplayer. It's always going to be a little bit stripped back visually to make sure that everything runs perfectly with a load of people. But it looks good, and like you say, it looks very crisp on the Series X. Although very sort of doesn't seem to be a lot of cutbacks for the One S, which is nice to see as well.
The main thing is obviously it's only 30 FPS.
Yeah.
So, but environment-wise, it doesn't look too bad. Like there's not a lot between the versions, except for the Series X has that extra level of crispiness. Like, as you can see on the various edges, the anti-aliasing and stuff like that.
There's some more particle effects on the Series X as well. There's some stuff at the bottom near the fog, which was interesting. But other than that, very similar, like you say. Big team battles, this is where you're going to see the difference, right?
Exactly, yeah. Especially in these big open world environments.
Yeah.
Like the One X is actually a really great version. But then look at the slight level. Obviously, watch this in 4K. If you're watching it in 1080, you're not going to see the difference. I always have to put that caveat out just because people in the comments go, I can't see the difference. Well, you're not looking at the right version. But yeah, obviously 4K 60 on the next gen. Like it's super smooth online. Like, this is the most polished game I've played in quite a while, and it's not even out yet.
Yeah. It's sad state of affairs for other things, good for Halo. Like it's been gorgeous, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And like just the One S is a good version, considering it is a super old console. You don't get the 60 FPS, and that is going to make a difference when you're playing online.
Yeah. And you're going to be playing against other people who do have the 60, don't you? So it's that weird thing where you're at a disadvantage. But I mean, there's cross-platform games where one person's playing on Switch and one person's playing on PS5, and that seems to work okay. So if you've got a One S, you're still going to get a good experience, just not that 60, right?
Mate, I struggled to kill anything on the anyone on the One S. I really did, because I guess everyone's playing at 60, whether you're on PC or whether you're on the One X, the Series S, or the Series X.
Yeah,
I did struggle. I love that little chicken thing's stuck underneath the
just stuck in the wall. Also, the lighting on the Series X looks very nice as well. Like I don't know how much of a difference there is, but you just get this nice little the shadows are a little bit nicer, and there's sort of a different tone to everything, which
there's definitely a little extra detail in the environments, but you're not really going to notice it in
the fast pace of battle. No,
exactly. And here you go, mate. It's a warthog. So look, the One S is actually, it's solid.
Yeah, it is. It holds up, doesn't it? I mean, I imagine that must have been part of what this whole delay was about anyway. I mean, to get a game that is for Xbox Series X running on a 1S and looking good across all the versions. They seem to do it with Forza pretty well, and they've done it well with Halo Infinite. They know their tech.
Yeah, it's good because we've had over the last couple of years, we've had some massive issues with just games not being delayed and them suffering. And this should have been out at launch for the Series X, but you can see that what the extra year has done. It's super polished, and the experience playing online is, I'm going to say phenomenal, Matt, because I've had a lot of fun playing.
Oh, we had a great time, didn't we, last night? Like that was. I didn't expect to be playing Halo for as long as I was, and I really didn't want to come off, and it was only the fact that I had work early the next morning that I was like, Jesus, I need to stop. But like, yeah, it plays really, really well. It looks good.
Yeah, and a little bit of shrubbery there. The greenie looks like fantastic on the Series X. Obviously, we got 9 different maps. Well, there's more than that, but I chose 9 that you're going to see a little bit of a difference. And obviously on the big team battle maps, the 1S obviously does struggle compared to especially the next gen stuff and the 1X, I guess. But yeah, like if you're playing arena stuff, I still think that the 30 FPS you're gonna be at a disadvantage. I really do think that.
So what have the last couple of Halos been on Xbox One S? Have they been 30 FPS or are they 60?
Mate, I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But I did know that the Master Chief Collection got a load of patches.
Okay.
To make it 60 FPS. So I assume it was 30, but I guess. Oh mate, look at that, by the way. Just
that is nice.
That shot.
It's good. Nighttime shots are really good for this, aren't they? Like I feel like they really show off the new consoles better.
Yeah. And I've completely lost what I was saying. I got distracted by the shot.
That's how pretty it was.
Exactly, and that's a good thing. But yeah, it's obviously a multiplayer game, so you're not going to be able to stop around and kind of gather in the sites like this. So we will do a multiplayer one, a single player one,
a campaign one, yeah.
And when that launches on December 8th, I want to say.
That's right.
But yeah, that's it. Halo Infinite, that's the multiplayer. It's out now. It's free to play. That's what I was going to say, mate. Like, this is free to play. It's nuts.
Yeah, and that's not just the beta, or beta. That is the game, the multiplayer. Yeah, completely free to play, which is nuts when you think about it, right? Like,
it is, mate. And there we go, folks. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Cheers, folks. Goodbye.
Bye.